So guys, by now I know you've seen the hit TV show Shark Tank, of course, which means you're already familiar with all of our favorite, Mr. Kevin OLeary. And while this stoic, no-nonsense investor might not have made his millions being all that friendly to people, he really does have some sage advice for anybody that's saddled up with big-time mortgage debt. So what's the secret to paying down a mortgage? Well, we talk about it on this channel all the time. Is there something that Mr. Wonderful knows that we don't? If we learn what it is, are we all going to somehow magically become wealthy? Well, we're going to be finding out in today's video, so make sure you stick around for this one. Hey guys, welcome back to the VIP Financial Education channel. I'm your cash flow coach, Matthew Pillmore, and we're doing another video to help you all go further, faster, financially, specifically when it comes to paying off a mortgage and avoiding hundreds of thousands of dollars in most cases per property in future interest costs. So what does this shark have to say about this subject? It might be tempting to view big name celebrities as being a bit out of touch when it comes to these normal day-to-day things that we all deal with. I mean, after all, many Hollywood superstars aren't really leading that average American life. So what practical advice could they possibly give us, right? Well, in the case of celebrity Kevin OLeary, I personally think his credibility is earned through the success that he's had through investment decisions that he made throughout his entire career. And that's the thing about investing. I mean, you can't just pretend to be good at it. You either hit great returns on your investments or you don't. So it's the kind of thing that you can't really fake well. With as well as Kevin OLeary has done in the world of investing, I'm going to take what he says quite seriously. And when it comes to the topic of how to pay off your mortgages, this is what he has to say. Make paying the mortgage principal a priority. Wow. I mean, such sage advice, right? From someone that's as successful as he is, does it really boil down to being so simple? I mean, it seems like there's something missing there, right? His most salient advice on how to pay down a mortgage as quickly as possible is to actually just simply chip away at the principal as soon and as often as you possibly can. Should that mean prioritizing the payoff of your mortgage principal even above paying down high interest credit card debts? Well, according to Kevin OLeary, the number one debt that you need to be getting rid of is your mortgage. This is what I've been saying for years, guys. Your mortgage is your biggest and most expensive debt. So technically, yes, he is saying that you should be more focused on making progress against that mortgage principal even before paying rid of those high 24, 25% interest credit card balances. Now, he frames this advice by pointing to a recent tax law change. And I think that's key here. Changes that aren't exactly favorable anymore for those that are paying high amounts of mortgage interest every year. And because of our current modern tax climate, what Kevin is essentially saying here is that your mortgage debt is now your biggest enemy, not the credit card balances. Now, what he's saying about the tax law changes is absolutely correct. The Tax Cuts and the Jobs Act that was passed in 2017 now makes it so that only about 14 million Americans are able to even claim their paid mortgage interest as tax deductions, which reflects a staggering drop of almost 58% compared to the year prior. So with the new standard income tax deduction being essentially doubled, it doesn't make much sense for homeowners to even itemize their taxes anymore, making it less advantageous tax-wise to be carrying a large amount of mortgage debt. Now, should this make you want to rewind that home buying decision? Not exactly, but here's what it should make you want to do. Pay the mortgage off. The sooner, the better, folks. Same thing we've been saying even before the tax law changed. We were never in support of the tax deduction being an excuse to carry such a high, ridiculous balance with so much interest costs associated with it. And in a recent interview on CNBC, Kevin OLeary actually reminded us that life in general is really chock full of surprises. I mean, financially and otherwise. And in that interview, he said, look, life is unpredictable. What happens if you're laid off? What happens if you incur unexpected expenses elsewhere, like medical expenses? Or what if your car goes out and you have to replace it? I mean, your once manageable mortgage is oftentimes suddenly not so manageable, right? I mean, think about it this way. You might be quite comfortable paying a mortgage when you're single or childless or otherwise unencumbered, but what's to say that life isn't going to change? Sometimes that change can happen drastically. Now, in the eyes of most Americans, paying a monthly mortgage is top priority. But what Kevin OLeary and experts like us here at VIP are saying is that now, more than ever before, not only should you be paying your mortgage every month, you should also be paying the underlying principal on that loan as well. Keep in mind that many lenders don't assign fees or penalties for paying off mortgages before its scheduled termination date. A prepayment penalty is a thing of the past by and large. So if the bank that services your home loan doesn't have those fees, then I absolutely would echo Mr. Wonderful's advice here by simply telling you to pay down that mortgage principal as fast and as much as you possibly can. You, in fact, don't even need to use a lot of the more advanced techniques that we teach here on the channel, unless, of course, you're wanting to expand into business growth or real estate investing, at which point those added moving pieces will make it imperative that you have a coach standing by your side in order to make sure that you're practicing all of this the correct way and not getting yourselves into trouble. But here's the bottom line. No one is able to deny that the tax laws that changed recently aren't as homeowner friendly as they used to be. And the key here is that adapting to those changes and simply making smart financial moves that put you ahead of the game is very, very important, more than ever before. And that's why here at VIP Financial Education, we talk on these subjects regularly because, think about it. The economy has been very good for a long period of time, which means that we have to be more empowered than ever to be prepared for that next downturn. And with the knowledge that you take away from this channel, you can make substantially more money. You can make substantially higher profits. You can enable yourself to realize your own dreams of true financial independence. You can go back into the fall and see a video where you watch me actually attack a 30-year mortgage and pay it off in just 6 years. In fact, when we began to attack it, there was still $200,000 worth of outstanding principal balance that was remaining on that mortgage, which we were able to pay in full in just 4 months' time. That's a perfect example, a perfect case study of exactly what's possible here if we focus on both sides of the balance sheet and begin doing what we call cash flow stacking. So how does Mr. Wonderful's advice stack up to what we think here at VIP? Well, in general, we're in total agreement on the power and the freedom that you can gain by paying your mortgage off much, 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 much faster than 30 years or even 15 years. I mean, again, I did it in 6. Not only did I pay off that property in 6 years, but we're currently standing in another cash flow cow. I mean, this property is a machine. In fact, we're planning to bring in $11,000 a month on this property, of which we will clear $5,500 without counting the principal pay down or the speculated appreciation of this property, which at just a modest 3% appreciation level, we would be adding another 20 some odd thousand based on a $650,000 current value, putting us at about $1,666 more to that net cash flow position, netting us out at a bottom line of almost $8,000 every month. That's one property, folks. You could literally retire on just one great investment. And the best part about it is that by using the techniques we teach here on this channel and some of the techniques that are echoed by Mr. Wonderful, we're gonna have this property paid in full in as close to 1 year as possible as well. And we just keep repeating that process. But it gets faster and faster because we stack the cash flow from the next new investments that we add to the portfolio. For tips and tricks on paying a mortgage faster, make sure that you check out 2 more videos that we've included in the description below. One is called How to Pay Your Home Off in 5 to 7 Years. It'll showcase a lot of this. That video will pack a lot of punch for you. I'll also include a link to a video titled How to Pay Off a Home Fast, which is a bit longer than the other video, and it reveals the math, the specific math, over how I eliminated over $90,000 in interest costs in just 30 months. $90,000 in just 30 months. That's an average of $3,000 each and every month in future interest costs that I was able to eliminate. I can't recommend both of those videos enough, so be sure to check those out. Keep in mind that our channel is a deliberate and intentional combination of what Robert Kiyosaki teaches and what Dave Ramsey teaches. It is not good enough to simply believe in borrowing other people's money in order to speculate the rates of return that you're gonna get on income producing assets and hope that it exceeds the cost of the money you're borrowing and do it over extended periods of time in multiple types of economic conditions. I saw firsthand what that can do to lots and lots of people, and there were something like 12 million people that were affected through short sales, foreclosures, and bankruptcies during the last downturn. I'm sure you knew some of them. And it's not good enough to be a believer on just the Dave Ramsey's principles of avoiding other people's money and avoiding leverage in order to simply try and practice the traditional approach to retirement. If you want to be ordinary, that's the way to go. Ordinary to me does not look like you can have your cake and eat it too. And I was having a conversation about this while we were driving to the property last night, that there's no reason not to have everything you want in life, not just selfishly, but generously as well. You should be able to be as generous as you want to be and not worry about the negative impact it might have financially on your family. You should be able to be as selfish as you want to be and not worry about the negative impact it might have financially on you and your family. You should have everything you want, but in order to do that, you cannot practice Dave Ramsey's strategy. I'm sorry, it won't work. You have to find a blend of the two to not just be safe, but to also create extraordinary results. So that's what this channel is all about. What do you guys think about our philosophies or Kevin OLeary's philosophies? What about his advice? Go ahead and share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. I'm very curious to know, have you guys ever paid off a property? What was that experience like for you? What would you do if you paid your property off? Go ahead and let us know in the description below as well. What would be the first thing you do once you're free and clear on your first home? Would you move it into the next home and start to repeat the process and stack everything? Would you go out and treat yourself to a new, nice celebratory gift? I'm very curious to know what you would do. Make sure you're also a subscriber and hit that bell notification so that you're alerted every time we drop a new video, guys, because guess what? We give away money here on this channel as well. And in order to be considered eligible for that $25 Amazon gift card giveaway that we do twice per week here on this channel, you do have to be a subscriber and you've got to be an active participant in the comments section below. Here's how it works, guys. I read off 3 names of people who are subscribed to the channel and have commented on our videos. And the first of those 3 that reaches back to us and claims the prize is going to be the one that walks away with the $25 gift card. Now, speaking of giveaways, let's go ahead and do one right now. The 3 potential winners of this week's giveaway includes Mike Garcia, Charles Hickey, and Laura Huxley. Congratulations to the one that gets back to us first. This is why you guys, when you get your post notification that we've dropped a new video, have to get to this channel and watch that video as soon as possible so that you can claim your $25. If your name's been called, make sure you email us at contest@vipfinancialeducation.com, and the first one that does is going to take the prize. Guys, thanks again for tuning into the VIP Financial Ed YouTube channel. Until we see you again on our next video, make it a great day today and take care.